Good afternoon, and welcome to the call Policeman Theater. Before we begin, we ask that you take note of the fire exits located throughout the hall. Exits are positioned along the right and left sides, as well as at the back of the orchestra, mezzanine, and balcony levels. In the event of an emergency, you will be alerted by an automated fire system with instructions. If notified, please proceed calmly and orderly to the nearest exit. For the comfort of those around you, we ask that you silence all cell phones and smart devices to avoid disruptions during the ceremony. Thank you.
be seated. Good afternoon. As Dean of the Warner School of Education and Human Development, it is my privilege to extend a warm welcome to all of you gathered here for this remarkable graduation ceremony. Today is truly a special day, my favorite day of the year. It is an honor to stand here among all of you to celebrate your accomplishments and our shared belief that education is the key to a more just and equitable world. I want to acknowledge and thank Provost Figlio for joining us today. And at Warner, we uphold a tradition of dedicating our commencement ceremony entirely to all of you, our graduates. Therefore, and don't get too excited, crowd, we don't have traditional speeches. You'll have the opportunity to hear unique stories of each of our 2024 graduates. People, be prepared to be inspired. Our students never fail to inspire me. But before doing so, let me introduce our Associate Dean, Cindy Callard, who will present our student awards.
Thank you. I ask that the award recipients, if your name is called, please stand at their seats so that we can recognize their accomplishment. We present the Logan R. Hazen Award to two master's candidates who reflect best Dr. Hazen's commitment to serving students. Congratulations to Nina Shaw and Danielle D'Onofrio. We present the Eleanor E. Larson Award to two master's candidates who reflects best Dr. Larson's commitment to teaching and learning. Congratulations to Jessica Richland and Bradley Beckwith. We present the Harold L. Munson Award to two master's candidates who reflect best Dr. Munson's commitment to counseling. Congratulations, Elizabeth Wheel and Jordan Rice. We present the Mary Ellen Burris Award to the candidate who demonstrates best Ms. Burris's commitment to the human development field. Congratulations, Carrie Baker. And lastly, we present the Till Van Giel Award to two leadership doctoral candidates who reflect best Dr. Van Giel's commitment to the application of scholarship to practice. Congratulations, Gregory Baker and Robert Hathaway. I now ask that all awardees rise once more to be recognized by the audience. Congratulations.
It's now time to start recognizing all of you. I'm honored to introduce you to the Warner School class of 2024 who had their degrees conferred at ceremonies yesterday. As our graduates cross the stage, you'll learn about each of our graduates' backgrounds, so get ready to be inspired. Will the Doctor of Philosophy graduates please come forward?
Tian Jiang. Born and raised in Beijing, Tian Jiang earned her bachelor's degree from Green Mountain College and master's in applied behavioral analysis from the University of Rochester. Her commitment to ABA led her to pursue a doctorate in the same field. Upon completing her doctorate, she intends to return to China to serve children with disabilities. Kristen Hoberstein. Kristen earned a master's in marriage and family therapy from the University of Connecticut. She was inspired to pursue a doctorate in human development after working for over a decade as a family therapist in community and medical settings. She will now be joining the faculty in the Department of Psychiatry and Family Medicine at URMC. Mary Rita Mayer. MR, a Rochester native, earned a Bachelor of Science in Education and Biology from SUNY Geneseo and a Master of Science in Education and Learning Disabilities from Nazareth University. She taught in England, where she discovered her passion for teaching and then taught for 39 years in public education. MR currently supervises student teachers. Andrew Morris. Andrew, a Rochester area native, holds a bachelor's degree in history and a master's degree in public administration. With over 20 years of experience working in higher education, his doctoral program has already provided invaluable insights in human development that he has leveraged to help foster student success. Brandon Qualls. Brandon Qualls earned his undergraduate and master's degree from SUNY Brockport. For nearly 20 years, he has supported thousands of nurses to conduct research. His late aunt and Warner alumnus, Dr. Gail Ingersoll, inspired Brandon to pursue a doctorate, which he will use to improve neonate clinical outcomes and continue to support nursing practice. Judith Van Alstyne. Judy earned a bachelor's in English from Tufts University, a bachelor's in fine arts from the School of Museum of Fine Arts, Boston, and a master's in library and information science from Simmons University. Currently a postdoctoral associate at the Warner School, she researches how people learn to organize their digital information. Yanhang Zhuo. Born and raised in China, Yanhang was inspired to pursue her doctoral degree in teaching and curriculum by her prior experiences of teaching English in China. After earning her doctoral degree in December 2023, she started to work as the assistant professor and assistant director of the Writing Center at Stetson University in Florida. Yifan Xu. Yifan, raised in Khufu, a beautiful small city with a long history in China, earned her master's degree from the Warner School of Education and pursued her doctorate in human development. Embracing Meliora as her motto, Yifan maintained a GPA of 4 within 6 years. Yifan is committed to continuing her research in early childhood education. Rachel Carbonaro. Originally from Auburn, New York, Rachel received her master's degree in clinical mental health counseling from SUNY Oswego in 2016. She cites the support of her closest family members and friends, along with her desire to promote change, to help others as her motivation to receive her doctorate in counseling and counselor education. Eugenia Merlis, a proud Jersey girl, Gina has spent most of her life in a classroom. Her own challenges as a science teacher eventually led her to study how to support pre-service teachers aiming for social justice. She still loves being in the room with learners, so now she teaches in the Inclusive Adolescent Education Program at Nazareth University. Will you please join me in applause for our Doctor of Philosophy graduates?
Congratulations. Please have a seat. Will the Doctor of Education graduates please come forward?
Julie Bazan. Julie earned her BA from William Smith College, a master's in liberal arts at Nazareth University, and a second master's at St. John Fisher University for educational leadership. With her doctorate, Julie will continue to share her love of learning with students at Cornell University, where she works and intends to pursue a position in administration. Shatara Bowie. Born and raised in Rochester, New York, Shatara is a first-generation college student who attended North Carolina A&T State University, where she received her BS degree. She went on to SUNY Brockport, where she received her MPA. Her beautiful daughters and the memory of her mother motivated her to complete her EDD. William Burroughs. A persistent and stubborn soul found Will with numerous academic achievements. These include a bachelor's in both economics and accounting. Later on, a CPA license and an MBA were added with significant effort. This most recent achievement was not without adversity and came with a desire to become a better leader on campus. Kristen Cooper. A Rochester native, Kristen received her master's degree from the Greater Rochester Collaborative MSW program. She has spent the past 7 years working in pediatric mental health with Golisano Children's Hospital, specializing in childhood trauma. She plans to use her doctoral degree to continue this specialty in private practice and teaching. Li Kui. Born and raised in China, Kui earned a first master's in music education in China and a second master's in management in the United States. Her educational and professional experiences inspired her to pursue a doctorate. She will contribute an international perspective and real-world experience to her beloved educational field in the future. Mark D'Amico. A Rochester native, Mark D'Amico began his teaching career in 2003 after earning a BA in English at SUNY Geneseo. Mark has served the Hilton Central School District since 2005, where he is currently principal of the middle school. D'Amico lives in Penfield with his two favorite people, his wife Beth and their daughter Olivia. Sarah Fitzgibbons. Sarah is an upstate New York native, mom of two, a partner, daughter, sister, and friend. As a practitioner, researcher, leader, and human, she is constantly curious about infants, young children and their families, and how to nurture a culture where they can healthily thrive through the field of infant and early childhood mental health. Catherine Greco, a dedicated first grade teacher in Pittsford. Katie earned her undergraduate degree in teaching from John Carroll University, her master's degree in special education from St. John Fisher University, and her administration certification from Warner. When Katie is not in the classroom, she is spending time with her husband and their 1-year-old daughter. Robert Hathaway. Robert was inspired to pursue a doctorate in educational leadership from his experiences as a teacher and administrator in the Rochester area, and he hopes to continue to promote lifelong learning for students and staff. With his doctorate complete, he will continue to be an advocate for student learning through equity, inclusion, and wellness. Paul Herbert. Paul from Arlington, Texas, holds a BS in Biomedical Sciences from Texas A&M University, a Doctor of Chiropractic, and an MS in Clinical Anatomy from New York Chiropractic College. His teaching background in anatomical sciences led him to pursue a doctorate in education. He aims to advance STEM and healthcare education through technology. Shamika Martinez. Mika graduated from the RCSD, MCC, Keuka College, and earned a master's in social work from Nazareth University. She was inspired to pursue her doctorate in higher education because of her 3 daughters and amazing family support. With her doctorate complete, Mika will spend her summer empowering youth to reach for their higher education goals. Laura Mayer. Laura earned a bachelor's degree from SUNY Brockport and a master's degree from Roberts Wesleyan College. She returned to SUNY Brockport and received her CAS in Educational Administration. Laura is grateful to her family for support on her journey here at UR and plans to continue serving others in an administrative role in the Hilton Central School District. Mackenzie Smallcomb. Mackenzie earned her master's degree in mental health counseling and returned to the Warner community to complete her doctorate. Over the last 8 years, Mackenzie has practiced as a licensed mental health counselor, serving youth and their families. She is looking forward to leading this region's first pediatric mental health urgent care unit this summer. Cassidy Torito. It was Cassidy's experience as a caregiver for her sister that inspired her to become a teacher. A first-generation college student, she embodies the values of determination, resilience, and compassion. Her doctoral journey serves as encouragement for all who aspire to pursue higher education and make a meaningful impact in the world. Brianna Vespone. A Rochester native, Brianna earned a master's in counseling from Warner, where her thesis received the Harold Munson Award. She has since shifted into a career in higher education and has spent many years teaching at the collegiate level. She plans to utilize her doctoral studies to become a better teacher, educator, and advocate for students. Chin Chin Chow. With a master's in data science and an EDD from the University of Rochester, Chin Chin is an NSF AR/VR fellow and a data analyst at RIT. From Hong Kong, she aims to transform education using AI, AR, and VR, backed by publications and grants. Her post-graduation ambition is to innovate learning, improving future generations' educational experiences. Gregory Baker. Greg earned his master's in education from SUNY Fredonia and his CAS from SUNY Brockport. He has served as the assistant superintendent at Penn Yan Central School District for 9 years. Greg's dedication to supporting the growth of others while remaining ambitious in his own love of learning inspired him to pursue his doctorate in educational leadership. Tracy Bussey. Tracy earned her master's in counseling from Northern Arizona University. She was inspired to pursue a doctorate in mental health counseling through her clinical work experience with the Hopi and Navajo nations. With her doctorate complete, she will return to Arizona to continue work as a counselor and advocate for indigenous mental health. Would you all please join me in applause for the Doctor of Education graduates?
Please be seated. Will the Masters of Science graduates please come forward?
Yacheng Bai. Yacheng earned 2 master's degrees from the Warner School, one in applied behavior analysis and one in human development. She enjoys living in Rochester and spending time at Warner. She intends to continue exploring how technology, such as AI, VR, can help people with autism improve their lives and spend more time with their families while traveling. Carrie Baker. Carrie works as an advocate and educator for the Strong Center for Developmental Disabilities at URMC. She looks forward to resting, recharging, and spending time with her family this summer. Following her quick reboot, Carrie is excited to apply her newly acquired knowledge to her current position and also explore new platforms for her work. Kylie Bartlett. Kylie was born in Williamstown, New York, and attended the University of Rochester for her bachelor's in brain and cognitive science. She was inspired by her work with the Rochester community to pursue a master's in human development so that she can better work towards creating positive social change. Zachary Beheshti Shirazi. Zachary is currently a kindergarten ENL teacher in the Spencerport School District. It was his parents' support in education and Chinese language learning that guided him to teaching. Aside from teaching ENL, Zachary will also be certified to teach Chinese in grades 7 to 12. Zachary says his family's support made this possible. Love you, Mom and Dad. Gloverlyn Burko. Born and raised in Ghana, Gloverlyn earned her bachelor's degree in psychology and minor in linguistics from the College of Staten Island in New York. With her master's complete, she will return to New York City to work as a psychotherapist, specifically with young adults and people of color, while educating them on the importance of mental health. Allie Blake. Allie, born and raised in Sioux City, Iowa, earned a bachelor's degree in English and dance from the University of Iowa. She cites her experience as a classroom assistant, substitute teacher, and lifelong learner as her inspiration for pursuing a master's in school counseling. Allie aims to bridge opportunity gaps for students everywhere. Erica Bondi. Erica earned her PhD in Spanish literature in 2016. Her background in yoga, meditation, and energy work inspired her to pursue an MS in mental health counseling with a certificate in the Mind and Body program. She plans to start a private practice after graduation to integrate her experiences in her practice to help others on their healing journey. Eka Bugis. Indonesia is a lovely country for Eka, where she was born and raised by wonderful parents. She was inspired to pursue a master's in early childhood education by her experiences working with children in her home country. With her master's complete, she will return to Indonesia and continue her career as an early childhood educator. Yuchen Tsao. It was like yesterday for Sawyer that he traveled thousands of miles to the United States 9 years ago as an international student. It also feels like yesterday to him when he quit his job in UX research and started his journey of self-exploration at Warner just 2 years ago. Today, here he is again, setting sail for his new adventure. Good luck and enjoy. Molly Carrick. From down the Genesee River in Avon, New York, Molly Carrick earned her bachelor's from West Virginia University. Continuing her studies, she completed her master's in childhood education and inclusion from the Warner School of Education. With her degrees in hand, Molly now teaches 6th grade English language arts in Florida and couldn't be happier. Samuel Sharon. Sam, born and raised in Rochester, attended the University of Rochester for a bachelor's in history before returning for his master's in teaching and curriculum in social studies at Warner. He is excited to stay in the Rochester area and is exploring positions. He hopes to return to Warner in the future to attain his educational leadership degree. Brittany Cohen. Brittany was born and raised in Rochester, New York, and earned a master's in health professions education. She works in neuroscience clinical trials and will teach in medical education.
Elizabeth Congdon. Elizabeth earned a bachelor's degree in psychology and business administration from Le Moyne College. She cites her work with adolescents experiencing mental health struggles and from traumatic backgrounds throughout high school and her undergraduate career as inspiring her to pursue a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. Sabrina Contreras. Sabrina, originally from Rochester, New York, earned her bachelor's in psychology from SUNY Oneonta. She is honored to receive her master's degree in school counseling and is eager to begin her career. Sabrina is proud to be a part of such a meaningful field where she hopes to make a positive impact on students' lives. Georgia Cowley. Georgia earned a bachelor's degree in psychology from Nazareth University. For 3 years, she has been working at Trinity Montessori School as an assistant teacher while working towards her master's degree in mental health counseling. With her master's complete, she is planning to continue working with children as a mental health counselor. Elizabeth Cox. Elizabeth has provided care to UR students as an MD for over 25 years and was inspired by her family to return to study at Warner to build and grow her knowledge in education and teaching of high school students, medical students, and others. Elizabeth is passionate about and will continue to build mentoring relationships across different generations of learners. Rebecca Crocker. Rebecca, a SUNY Fredonia BFA graduate in graphic design, accumulated 15 years of experience in marketing and product design before making a pivotal move to the Ames Center for Entrepreneurship while completing her master's degree. Rebecca has now transitioned to the Simon Business School and is working in instructional technology. Abby Cunningham. Abby, a Rochester native, earned a bachelor's degree in psychology from the College of Worcester. She was inspired to pursue a master's in school counseling from her experiences as a teaching assistant and substitute teacher. Abby plans to become an elementary school counselor and continue to assist students in their social and emotional development. Kathleen Diamond. After earning her bachelor's in psychology from the U of R, Kathleen earned a master's in education and became a first and second grade teacher in Brighton, New York. After a long career of teaching, Kathleen returned to the U of R to pursue her passions and true calling to become a therapist and enrolled at Warner. She plans to continue her work in Rochester. Christina DeLaw. After receiving her BS in recreational therapy from SUNY Brockport, she knew that she wanted to be more involved in mental health. She obtained her MS in mental health counseling while working as a crisis specialist for Strong's inpatient psychiatry. As much as it was a tiring and difficult voyage, she is excited to pursue a counseling position at Endeavor Health Services. Susanna Dolan. Born and raised in Kinderhook, New York, Susanna has always loved learning. After completing her undergraduate degree in English adolescence education at SUNY Geneseo, she came to Warner seeking to support students to become better readers, writers, and communicators. In the coming school year, she will realize her goals as a literary specialist. Danielle Donofrio. Danielle from Long Island earned her BS in public health at SUNY Brockport. Her love of the higher education population motivated her to pursue a master's. Now, the Assistant Director of Alcohol and Other Drug Education, Danielle is excited to see where her journey takes her. She thanks her wife, Jenny, and her daughter, Tessa, for all their love and support. Katarina Thompson. Katarina grew up in Clifton Springs, New York, and earned a bachelor's in clinical counseling and theology from Huntington University. Since high school, Katarina has wanted to be a counselor, leading to pursue the U of R and a master's. Katarina would like to thank her mom, dad, grandparents, and loving husband for their support. Laura Fitch. Laura, originally from upstate New York, traveled to the UK to earn her first master's degree in special education from the University of Nottingham. As an instructional coach, she recognized her passion for educational leadership and pursued her second master's degree. She plans to continue her leadership journey in an administrator role.
Julia Fitzgerald. Julia, from Seneca Falls, New York, earned a bachelor's in psychology from Ithaca College and a master's in psychology from Tiffin University. She currently works as a residential counselor with East House in their treatment apartment program. Julia will now pursue a clinical counseling position in Queensbury, New York. Ferdinand Franciscus. Ferdinand was born and raised in Indonesia, where he earned his bachelor's degree in English education. After 5 years of working as a teacher, he decided to continue his education by studying abroad in the United States. Earning his master's in TESOL, he hopes to further his studies by pursuing a doctoral level degree. Yang Yang Fu. Yang Yang's surname is Fu, which in Chinese means teacher. Following her destiny, she became a teacher. Yang Yang believes that every student deserves to be seen, to be heard, and to be believed in. Yang Yang is a Mandarin teacher in the Department of Language and Cultures at RIT. Sandra Gao. Originally from China, Sandra holds a bachelor's degree in brain and cognitive science and psychology from the University of Rochester. Currently completing the master's in mental health counseling, she aspires to continue her career as a mental health therapist in a college setting. Grace Geary. Grace earned a bachelor's degree in child and family studies from Keuka College. She then came back to her hometown and pursued a degree in mental health counseling at the University of Rochester. Her internship with Delphi Rise at Lyon Central School inspired her to pursue a career working with children and adolescents in the future. Abby Hart. Abby earned a bachelor's degree in English and political science from SUNY Fredonia. With motivation from the wonderful people she met at Fredonia, she decided to pursue teaching. Since receiving her master's, she started a teaching special education at Berger Junior High School, which she loves. She looks forward to teaching abroad in the near future. Samuel Haynes. Being born and raised in Southern California, Samuel is very passionate about supporting students from where he is from. His experiences working as an advisor and being a student at Rochester has helped him to further his knowledge and education so he can give back to his community. James Jones. Since a young teen, James knew he wanted to educate the youth of Rochester, but to do that, he needed knowledge himself. This goal inspired him to pursue a Bachelor's of Science in Philosophy from the Rochester Institute of Technology and further his education by acquiring his master's in English education from the Warner School of Education. Ingrid Joseph. Ingrid, a Washington, D.C. native, earned a bachelor's in psychology from the Virginia Military Institute. She is a first-generation American as her parents immigrated from Gambia and Guyana. She hopes to foster awareness and resources of mental health within the African diaspora, specifically the African Caribbean population. Amy Kadri. Amy received her BS in Environmental Studies from SUNY ESF and has been doing sustainability work at the University of Rochester for 15 years. As sustainability calls for balance between people, profit, and planet, Amy's interest in expanding her knowledge of how people can learn, develop, and thrive in harmony with the natural world and others. Neha Kumar. Having earned her bachelor's degree at the U of R in Brain and Cognitive Science, Neha found herself working in counseling research. After realizing her passion aligned more with counseling, she pursued her master's in mental health counseling. After graduation, Neha will continue her work at Mount Hope Family Center working with children and families. Chase Leonard. Born and raised in Breezeport, New York, Chase earned a BA in psychology from Rosemont College. She was inspired to pursue her master's in school counseling by her desire to positively impact the lives of others. With her master's degree complete, she will start her position this fall as a pre-K 6th grade school counselor at Dundee Central School District.
Xin Yu Li. Born and raised in China, Xin Yu earned a bachelor's in psychology from St. Olaf College. Her previous experiences in the field inspired her to pursue a master's degree in mental health counseling. She plans to stay in the United States to work toward getting licensed. John Luby. John, a Rochester native, earned his bachelor's in English from Fordham University. After serving as an officer in the Army, he was inspired to pursue a career in education and continue helping others. Upon completing his master's, John plans to work in Rochester. Jade Lundquist. Jade earned her bachelor's in English and American Sign Language from the University of Rochester and pursued her master's degree. She hopes to continue and share with her future students the lifelong passion and joy for reading. Jasmine Mack. Jasmine, originally from California, earned a Bachelor of Science from Cornell University. While working at a private school, Jasmine was inspired to pursue a master's degree in teaching. As a Rock Urban Teaching Fellow, she was privileged to work at Dr. Walter Cooper's School No. 10 and hopes to continue teaching inclusive childhood education. Vanessa Mangione. Born in Sicily and raised in Rochester, Vanessa earned her bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of Rochester. She was inspired to pursue a master's in mental health counseling by her experience as an addictions counselor. Vanessa is passionate about emotion-focused treatment for healing and plans to go into private practice. Ella Markowitz. Ella became interested in school counseling from working as a career and college advisor in an under-resourced school in rural Pennsylvania. She decided to pursue an MS in school counseling to continue to support her students' academic and social emotional growth. Ella is excited to continue to work with students. Nicholas Mercado. Nick is a clinical bioethics consultant at the University of Rochester School of Medicine and Dentistry. Nick found a niche in educating health professionals on ethical topics that impact patients and populations. Following graduation, he hopes to continue honing his teaching skills to help promote a more equitable and just healthcare system. Jessica Milliman. Jessica is a Rochester native who is passionate about both the radiologic technology and education. Presently, she works as teaching faculty in the radiologic technology program at Monroe Community College. Her ultimate goal is to educate and empower aspiring radiologic technologists while advocating for positive transformation within the field. Jasmine Mitchell. Jasmine has been with Warner since 2019 in our Admissions and Student Services office and has been with the University of Rochester since 2016. She will be graduating with her MS in higher education with a focus in student affairs administration and academic and career advising. Jasmine looks forward to becoming a leader within the field of higher education and being a voice for students. Lauren Odell. As a Rochester native, Lauren was inspired to pursue a master's in education by her experiences working with children of Camp Good Days and Special Times, a nonprofit organization that benefits families affected by cancer. She hopes to teach middle school English. This summer, Lauren will be reading, being active, and spending time with family. Kanisha O'Mealy. Originating from Jamaica, Kanisha earned her bachelor's degree in general studies at Florida Atlantic University. Her prior career as an educator in Jamaica and her dedication to human services led her to pursue her master's in mental health counseling. She will return to Florida to work as a counselor or director in a human welfare organization. Emily Pierce. Emily, a Long Island native, was inspired by her parents and other beloved teachers to pursue education. Emily earned a bachelor's in mathematics from SUNY Geneseo and has taught algebra for 3 years at Hilton High School. Moving forward, Emily keeps Dolly Parton's words in mind. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one.
Anthony Ricchetti. After being told only 1 in 10 of them would make it during his recovery journey, Anthony knew he wanted to help others feel seen as humans, not as a statistic. Anthony seeks to accompany individuals through the depths they don't wish to bear alone and together come out on the other side on their new transformational path. Count it. Jordan Rice. Jordan always knew she wanted to work with and help individuals on a personal level. Further inspired to pursue her master's in mental health, having experience working with individuals in crisis, individuals who have endured trauma, and individuals diagnosed with eating disorders. She enjoys this population, however, is flexible in her future career. Jessica Richland. Jessica earned her undergraduate degrees in meteorology and water resources. Feeling unfulfilled, she decided to follow her true passion, teaching. While completing her master's, Jessica was accepted into the ROC Urban Teaching Fellowship Program, a paid teacher residency with RCSD. She plans to continue teaching in the district after graduation. Rianne Rivera. Rianne Rivera, originally from South Elgin, Illinois, graduated with a bachelor's degree in elementary education and is now graduating with a master's in reading and literacy. She was inspired to become a reading specialist through her own experience as a student. Rianne hopes to make reading and learning accessible and equitable for all of her students. Lauren Selheimer. Lauren was born in California, raised in Idaho, and moved to New York in 2014. She received her bachelor's in psychology from the University at Buffalo and then began working at Strong Memorial Hospital. While there, she worked as a creative arts counselor and enrolled in the mental health counseling program. Grace Shannon. Following her graduation from SUNY Geneseo in May 2023 with a degree in childhood and special education with a concentration in dance, Grace has continued to foster her passion for education and educational advocacy through her time at Warner. She is currently a 6th grade teacher and hopes to continue helping students grow for years to come. Nina Shaw. Nina previously worked in a variety of educational settings with students, ranging from 6th graders to graduate students. Her pursuit of a master's degree was motivated by a vision of more equitable access to higher education for her former students. She will now pursue a position in student affairs in Rochester. Sarah Shahouse. Sarah, a Rochester native, received a bachelor's degree in human services, where she honed an understanding of community needs. But it was her own adverse childhood experiences that ignited a fire of determination for change and empathy. As a mental health counselor in a local clinical pediatric care setting, she will continue to advocate for all. Marlia Thomas. Currently residing in the Rochester area, Marlia earned her Bachelor of Science degree from St. John Fisher University. Through her early career journey, she found a love for higher education and wanted to pursue her master's degree. She currently works in the University Registrar's Office at the UR and looks forward to future opportunities. Xiang Wang. As a Chinese girl born and raised in an island, Zhoushan, Xiang is always eager to connect with world, people, and knowledge. Be inspired by the volunteering experience to Malaysia, she chose to study TESOL as her master's program. After graduation, she will continue to study at Warner as a PhD student. Derek Ward. Derek Ward Joels, a native of Rochester, New York, is a 2012 graduate of the University of Rochester, having majored in health and society, minor in biology. After working as a teacher in the Rochester City School District for 10 years, Derek plans to continue to help the community through involvement in community mental health. John Washburn.
Elizabeth Wheel. Elizabeth, a Montreal native, was inspired to pursue her master's after working with children and families in Tanzania, East Africa, for a decade. Her experiences in the Rochester City School District further ignited her passion for urban education. She hopes to continue to work as a school counselor in diverse settings for many years to come. Rachel White. Rachel, a Jacksonville, Florida native, earned a bachelor's in psychology from Florida State University. She was inspired to pursue a master's in human development by her experiences in research and volunteer work, with both children and adults. She hopes to work towards bridging communication gaps among diverse communities in upcoming doctoral study. Thomas Wijnants van Roosant. Born and raised in the Netherlands, Thomas earned a master's degree in history from the University of Amsterdam. His experiences as a historian inspired him to pursue a career in education, thus following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. Upon graduation, Thomas plans to teach social studies in a classroom setting. Jia Wu. Originating from China, Jiajia's journey from business to a fervor for teaching led her to pursue a master's in TESOL and Mandarin. Experience with students facing interrupted formal education informs her dedication to English language instruction. Post-graduation, Jiajia aims to extend her impact and continue her mission of aiding learners. Hainue Yin. Yin is born and raised in China, and she spent her undergraduate as well as graduate in the United States. She wished to pursue a master's degree in teaching after she was inspired to help others in learning English. After finishing the degree, she will pursue an ESL teacher position in the United States. Chuihua Zhang. Born into a teacher's family in China, Chuihua answered the calling to teach. Her teaching experience as an English teacher in China and Mandarin teacher in New York State inspired her to pursue a master's and teaching certificates in language education. Her dream is to be a better educator and give her students, both in China and the United States, a better education. Liana Tierney. It was through working in many self-contained special education classrooms that Liana found her passion for working with individuals with autism and other developmental disabilities. While pursuing her degree, she has worked at the Mary Cariola Center and the Rush Henrietta School District. Liana's next step is to prepare for the BCBA exam. Caitlin Davey. Caitlin is a native of Syracuse, New York, who attained her bachelor's degree in English and psychology from the University of Rochester. Her internship experience in counseling trauma survivors has inspired her to continue living in Rochester and serving the community as a mental health therapist upon completing her master's degree. Tristan Hughes. Tristan's pedagogical journey began while teaching her stuffed animals the days of the week. Through moments of inspiration and introspection, she discovered her calling. With an unwavering determination, she embraced the joy of molding young minds. She hopes to continue teaching middle school social studies, advocating for and loving her students. Eliza Ayun. Eliza, a Los Angeles native, earned her bachelor's degree in psychology with a minor in gender, sexuality, women's studies, and a master's in mental health counseling from the University of Rochester. Next year, she will work at a pediatric behavioral health and wellness as a bilingual therapist working with Spanish-speaking families. Xinhui Gua. Born and raised in China, Xinhui earned her undergraduate degree in psychology from the University of Melbourne, Australia. Currently serving as a social learning specialist at the Center for Youth. Post-graduation, she aims to continue advocating for youth empowerment and mental well-being. Zachary Adkins. Heralding from North Virginia, Zach earned a bachelor's in computational mathematics from RIT. They came from 2 generations of teachers and had exceptional high school teachers, which they credit with their pursuit of teaching. Zach is a Rock Urban Teaching Fellow in the RCSD and plans to stay in the district after earning their master's. Bradley Beckwith. From Oxford, New York, Beckwith earned both his undergraduate and master's degree from the University of Rochester, where he also served as a 3-time captain on the university's football team. Next fall, Brad will be teaching social studies in Spencerport Middle School, alongside starting his career in coaching. Liliana Pro. A Syracuse native, Lily earned a bachelor's in psychology from SUNY Geneseo before working for several years in the Syracuse City School District as a youth advocate through Hillside. This experience inspired her to pursue a master's in school counseling. After graduation, Lily plans on working in the Rochester area as an elementary counselor. Caitlin Asensio. Born and raised in New York City, Caitlin earned a bachelor's in anthropology and religion from the University of Rochester. Passionate about providing mental health support to students, she then went on to pursue a master's in school counseling. Caitlin plans to return home and provide academic counseling as a self-direction support worker. Yajun Liang. Originally from China, Yajun graduated from Rutgers University with an undergraduate degree in nutritional science. Her internships ignited her passion for higher education, prompting a shift in career direction. She will be joining the Office of International Exchange and Cooperation at a Chinese university. Nadia Stefanova Stevens. Born and raised in Bulgaria, Nadia earned a DMD degree and oral surgery specialty in her home country. She later continued her education and career in Israel and the United States. Currently, she is an assistant professor, faculty, and the associate director of specialty care clinic at the Eastman Institute, University of Rochester. Mary Grace Gambino. Mary Grace received her bachelor's from Alfred University in clinical counseling and came to Warner for a mental health counseling program with a concentration in mind-body healing and wellness, working at Strong Inpatient Pediatrics post-graduation. Thank you. Bradford Lynn wants to thank everyone he has met in his 2-year counseling experience. He felt he has learned a great deal through his professors and peers. He's grateful for the opportunities he has received and for the endless possibilities in the future. Happy graduation to all. Arne Albertini received his bachelor's degree in newspaper journalism and international relations from Syracuse University. With the online teaching and learning master's degree, he plans to continue developing online courses for Cornell University. Would you please now stand and join me in applause for the 2024 Warner School of Education and Human Development graduates.
Please be seated. As we draw this commencement ceremony to a close, I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations once again to our 2024 graduates and advanced certificate completers. Your achievements are even more remarkable now that we've had the privilege of learning more about each of you. We can't wait to see what you accomplish in your future endeavors. Please remember to stay in touch with us so we can continue to celebrate all of your accomplishments. And now, if you'll please rise for our recessional march, and we ask the audience members remain in their place until the platform party and graduates have left the theater. Thank you.
Thank you.